Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, interestingly enough, not everyone may have not known this, may have not never knew this, but apparently there was some Supreme Court races in Idaho, and I know it's not really the biggest news, but we're gonna go ahead and cover it anyway, and that pretty much wraps up our races for the last couple days until Super June's Day, which I believe it's coming up. Uh, I I don't know if it was June 11th or even earlier, but we'll go ahead and talk about these basically non-compatible Supreme Court races, and really, there's not much to talk about other than the first race, which includes G. Richard Bevin, who ran when unopposed with 100% of the popular vote, 215,269 votes in total. All right, so G. Richard Bevin. And yeah, he's basically uh he was elected in 2018 100%, and 2017 Governor Butch Otter appointed Bevin to the Supreme Court in Idaho. So we can basically tell that this guy was or is a conservative. And will I consider this a liberal loss? Nah, not really. Because to be fair, he was running unopposed um in the long run. He and plus Idaho is a red state. It's not like you find a liberal judge. I don't think there is much liberal judges in the state of Idaho. I mean, maybe you can get a judge from Blaine County, but yeah, right here, the most liberalist county. But yeah, there's not much people living over there. It's just Democrat to be Democrat. Nothing, nobody living over here overall. So, pretty hard to say. So, other than that, we're going to take a look at the general. This isn't a primary, this is a general. And pretty good seeing that 215,000 people came out and voted in favor of Mr. Richard Bevin, compared to Trump only receiving 33,000. Different because this is a primary, a caucus. Caucuses receive less votes than primaries, so I guess this really isn't the best example for uh, this said race. But yes, Richard Bevin received 250,269 votes. So, yeah, and he said he seems to be a mild Republican. Um, he's definitely, yeah, when it comes to that, but I don't know, mild Republican. You gotta look up his views. If he's like a libertarian, well, that would make sense, right? Let's take a look at the this was the Supreme Court. We have Bevin. The appeals court, I want to believe those races were also uncontested. No, yeah, they are uncontested, but are they voting at large? Because Idaho doesn't do judicial districts. They might, I think they do judicial districts. They're appointed to a district, but or do they not? I thought I saw something on their website. but it is indeed confusing and misleading. But let's go ahead and take a look at more said races for Idaho. And we're going to do appeals. All right. Yes. David Granton. This was an at-large election. David Granton, 100% of the popular vote. He is reelected, unopposed. A lot of people say, why are you reviewing this? Well, it is important to kind of look at the votes they're receiving. But then again, it's Idaho, and Idaho's a red state. True. But you know what? It's an election. It's North Star elections. We're going to take a look at it. But yeah, you'll see the campaign contributions for the 2024 Idaho Court of Appeals. Mr. David Granton didn't win any sort of money. He didn't need to spend sort of money for ads. It was kind of easy. I wouldn't, if I was a politician and I was running unopposed, I wouldn't really. I mean, a lot of people say yay, but I would be like, all right, okay. I mean, I would like to know who is coming out and voting for me in those areas, where they're voting for me from. Supposedly, we're supposed to believe that David Granton carried every single county in the state of Idaho, so that's fair. But you'll see same turnout as 2018. So yes. He was also elected unopposed in 2012. So yes, the Court of Appeals elects statewide, in case we haven't got that in yet. But and our last race is Mrs. Jessica Lorello's seat. I want to believe that she is a Republican. Who appointed Grattan anyway? Who appointed Mr. Grattan? Okay, the chief judge, of the Court of Appeals is selected by the Supreme Court Chief Justice. So really, if the Supreme Court Chief Justice is a conservative, then must be a conservative, but I don't know. Most likely a conservative, seeing that this is Idaho. Jessica Lorello. She's on the, as you know, Court of Appeals, winning 211,000 votes, 100% of the popular vote. People didn't need to come and endorse her, and that is perfectly fine. Yes, reelected after being elected for firstly elected in 2018 by 100%. 186,406 votes. Yeah, and as you know, no money raised, no money spent in order to go through this campaign. So I guess that is it for today, seeing that very few races. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments, and as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.